I think one of the golden questions of today is if there is indeed an artificial intelligence bubble. So I think there's three compelling points that may point to one, but in the end, we'll see what happens. So I am leaning towards yes, personally, but I'm not Nostradamus either. So the 3 points I think that are quite important is number one, the amount of investment that's being spent into these data centers without necessarily signs of profit. Now, I have spoken to folks in the industry, and there is supposedly they're supposed to become quite profitable down the line, but so far there's no sign of that. Number two, circular financing. Essentially, these data companies are basically lending money to each other and buying products from each other, which is kind of creating a bubble. It's basically if I were to buy a stock with someone else and we sell it back and forth and drive the price up and drive the volume up. Third argument is just the nature of the amount of compensation that folks in this industry are getting, especially from a few months back, and additionally, just the amount of millionaires that have been created off of stock prices. I believe the average AI executive is looking at close to $2 million in comp, and a lot of the base employees are looking at 400,000 plus. That doesn't sound very much sustainable, and that sounds pretty, especially when there's no guarantee of profits. That's a little bit of a risky situation. And on top of that, it seems like there's millionaires, especially a few months back when stocks were at their peak, or even like a month ago or something like that. But essentially, these the amount of millionaires that were being created, they were just being created left and right from these AI companies. And I just think that that's just not a very sustainable situation. There has to be some production, and whenever something gets just too good to be true, I think there's always something. It's always like that with industries and businesses. When people start believing that it's impossible for this industry not to be successful, that's when it busts, and then vice versa. When people think, oh my God, the market's not gonna, it's never gonna come up, this, end of the world situation, that's when the market actually booms. So it's usually, it's always like that with these kind of situations. So I do think that we're coming back to reality, and we'll see how long that goes for. I mean, it's definitely very interesting technology. So we'll see if, people are arguing that it might be like kind of the dot-com bubble, where it was a bubble, but then later on, obviously, we still use a lot of the technology from then to today. So we'll see what kind of bubble it becomes, if it will become a bubble, but either way, it's a great thing to monitor. Please like and subscribe, and hope you enjoy your day. Thanks.